The meerkat, or Suricata suricata, is a small, charismatic mammal belonging to the mongoose family, endemic to the harsh, dry landscapes of southern Africa, particularly the Kalahari and Namib deserts. Known for its slender body, pointed snout, and grizzled coat, this agile diurnal creature spends its days actively foraging for a diverse diet composed mainly of insects, spiders, and other small prey, which it expertly digs out of the ground using its long, powerful foreclaws. Their striking black patches around their large eyes function like natural sunglasses, offering protection from the intense desert sun. Though small in stature, typically weighing less than 1 kilogram, the meerkat is a highly adaptable and resilient desert dweller that relies on complex group living for its survival in one of the world's most challenging environments. Before we dive into the fascinating world of meerkats, let's take a closer look at what makes these tiny desert dwellers so extraordinary. From their teamwork and intelligence to their fearless nature and clever survival skills, meerkats are more than just cute faces in the wild. In this video, we'll uncover 10 magnificent facts that reveal how these remarkable creatures live, protect one another, and thrive in one of the harshest environments on Earth. So, get ready, you're about to discover the hidden wonders of the ever-watchful and always charming meerkat. The meerkat's social structure is defined by its role as a cooperative breeder, a magnificent example of altruism in the animal kingdom. They live in large, organized groups called mobs, gangs, or clans, which can range from 2 up to 50 individuals. This mob is led by a single dominant pair, the alpha male and female, who monopolize the reproduction, often siring up to 90% of the surviving offspring. All other subordinate members of the group willingly forego their own breeding opportunities to become helpers, who dedicate their lives to raising the dominant pair's pups. These helpers are essential to the pups' survival, assisting with everything from providing food and protection to babysitting and teaching essential life skills. Without the support of these non-breeding subordinates, the dominant pair's offspring would have a much lower chance of survival, making the meerkat's cooperative breeding a critical evolutionary strategy for thriving in the harsh, unpredictable desert environment. This complex, family-centric social contract is one of the most studied and remarkable forms of animal sociality. Meerkats have developed one of nature's most sophisticated alarm systems through their essential sentry duty. While the rest of the mob is busy foraging for food with their heads down, one meerkat, the sentry or guard, will take a high vantage point, a rock, a bush, or a termite mound, and stand bolt upright on its hind legs. This individual remains hyper-alert, continuously scanning the sky for aerial predators like eagles and the surrounding landscape for terrestrial threats such as snakes or jackals. The sentry can stay on watch for an hour or more, and they rotate this demanding duty regularly, ensuring every meerkat has time to forage while a vigilant watch is maintained. When a threat is spotted, the sentry emits specific alarm calls, a high-pitched shriek for an eagle versus a low growl for a ground predator, that instruct the mob on the nature of the danger and whether to dive for a burrow or cautiously retreat. This selfless, high-risk role is a pure act of cooperation, as the sentry sacrifices its own feeding time for the safety of the entire group. A crucial and impressive adaptation for a carnivore in the desert is the meerkat's remarkable immunity to many natural poisons. Meerkats are primarily insectivores, but their diet frequently includes highly dangerous prey, most notably scorpions and venomous snakes. They have a known partial immunity to the venom of the Kalahari Desert's scorpions and certain local snakes. While they are not completely immune to all venom, the speed and technique with which they dispatch and consume this prey minimize the risk. For instance, when tackling a scorpion, an adult meerkat will swiftly bite off the stinger end of the tail and then rub the arachnid on the ground to scrape off its hard exoskeleton before eating the body. This combination of natural resistance and learned hunting skill allows the meerkat to utilize a vital food source that most other small predators in their habitat must avoid, highlighting their resilience in an extremely challenging environment. To survive the extreme temperature swings of the African desert, meerkats possess a brilliant thermoregulation system, often referred to as their solar panel bellies. Their fur is generally light-colored with dark stripes on their backs for camouflage, but their undersides have very thin fur, revealing a patch of dark skin. In the cold desert mornings, you can often see the mob emerging from their burrow and huddling together, standing upright and leaning back on their tails to expose this dark patch directly to the rising sun. The dark skin efficiently absorbs solar radiation, quickly warming their core body temperature. Conversely, during the intense heat of the midday sun, they retreat into their expertly constructed underground burrows, which maintain a constant, comfortable microclimate. This simple yet highly effective natural heating and cooling mechanism, utilizing their physical structure and behavior, is vital for maintaining their optimal body temperature in their arid habitat. Meerkats communicate with a sophisticated and diverse vocabulary of vocalizations that go far beyond simple chirps. Scientists have identified a wide array of calls, many of which are context-specific, providing a complex level of information transfer within the mob. Beyond the distinct alarm calls for different types of predators, there are move calls, used to organize the group's travel to a new foraging site, recruitment calls, to gather the group, and various close calls, that help individuals keep track of one another while digging, even when out of sight. Pups even have a distinct repertoire of begging calls that change as they mature, signaling their nutritional needs and level of development to the helpers. This intricate communication system is a hallmark of their advanced social structure, allowing for complex coordinated actions like cooperative hunting, coordinated defense, and group travel, all of which are essential for their survival in open, predator-rich landscapes. Meerkat parents and helpers use a fascinating and rare method of teaching their young how to handle dangerous prey, a form of active instruction known as tutoring that is rarely observed in non-primate mammals. Since their primary food sources, like scorpions, are highly venomous, a baby meerkat cannot simply be given a live one. Instead, the adults gradually introduce the danger. Initially, an adult will present a dead or already dismembered scorpion to a pup. As the pup matures and gains confidence, the adult will present a scorpion with the stinger removed. Finally, an older, more developed pup will be presented with a live, intact scorpion, giving the youngster the opportunity to practice the crucial killing technique while the adult stands by to intervene if necessary. This painstaking, multi-stage instruction process ensures that the next generation of foragers has the necessary skills to secure their food safely, directly correlating the complexity of their diet with the complexity of their teaching behavior. Meerkats are true subterranean superstars, masters of constructing vast and intricate underground fortresses essential for their survival. Using their incredibly strong foreclaws, which are non-retractable and very long, a mob digs extensive burrow systems that are a feat of natural engineering. These complexes can have numerous chambers for specific purposes, including separate sleeping areas, nurseries for the pups, and even designated latrine areas. Crucially, the burrows feature multiple entrance and exit holes, sometimes up to 15 or more, which are a critical defense against predators. If a snake or mongoose enters one opening, the entire mob can quickly scatter through another. A mob's territory will contain several such warrens, which they rotate through periodically, providing safety, a constant, temperate climate, and protection from the desert's extreme heat and cold. The meerkat's survival is heavily dependent on its exceptional vision, which is uniquely adapted for a life of vigilance and hunting in the open desert. Their eyes are set far forward on their face, giving them outstanding binocular vision, which allows them to accurately judge distances, a necessity for spotting small prey and for the sentry to track a high-flying eagle. Furthermore, meerkats possess dark, almost black, patches of fur that circle their eyes. These natural adaptations function identically to sunglasses, reducing the sun's glare and helping them to clearly see against the bright, reflective sand of the Kalahari. This anatomical advantage is directly linked to their sentry behavior, allowing the guard to stare into the dazzling sky and open landscape for prolonged periods without damage or loss of focus, making their eyes a primary tool for the survival of the entire mob. Despite their name, which literally translates from Afrikaans as lake cat, the meerkat is not related to the cat family at all. This fact is significant because it correctly places them within the mongoose family, Herpestidae, a group of small, agile carnivores. The confusion in the name likely stems from colonial misinterpretation, possibly mistaking the native name or referring to the meerkat's size and hunting style. Understanding their classification is important for appreciating their evolutionary place as a highly specialized, sociable, and diurnal member of the mongoose lineage. Their traits, long claws for digging, highly developed social structure, and upright stance, are unique specializations that set them apart from their solitary mongoose cousins, making them one of the most distinctive and widely recognized members of their biological family. The development of meerkat pups is a critically important, highly managed, and rapid process that showcases the mob's cooperative nature. After a gestation period of about 10 weeks, the dominant female gives birth to a litter of 3 to 7 pups deep within the burrow. For the first few weeks, the non-breeding babysitters stay behind with the pups while the rest of the mob forages. Once the pups emerge at about 3 weeks old, they become entirely reliant on the helpers for solid food. The pups grow rapidly, reaching sexual maturity in about 1 year, but they become fully independent foragers at a much younger age, thanks to the constant training and provisioning from the entire mob. This high level of communal care and teaching dramatically increases the pups' survival rate compared to solitary species, directly reflecting the evolutionary pressure for large, successful litters within their cooperative social system. The meerkat, a celebrated and charismatic inhabitant of the southern African arid lands, stands in a fortunate position regarding conservation, classified as least concern LC on the IUCN Red List due to its wide distribution and apparently stable population within protected areas like the Gulagadi Transfrontier Park. Currently, conservation efforts are not focused on preventing imminent extinction, but rather on proactive risk management and continuous scientific study, exemplified by the long-term Kalahari Meerkat Project (KMP). Researchers at KMP diligently track individual and group demographics, revealing that the greatest future threats are insidious and ecological. Climate change leading to hotter summers and erratic rainfall, which negatively impacts pup survival and feeding success, and the spread of diseases like tuberculosis, which can decimate entire mobs. In conclusion, the meerkat's phenomenal success in its challenging environment is a direct testament to its highly social and cooperative lifestyle, which offers protection against daily predation and environmental unpredictability. However, the long-term data collected through conservation research underscores a critical vulnerability. The unique survival mechanism of the mob is highly sensitive to the subtler pressures of a changing climate and disease, reminding us that even the most thriving species require ongoing vigilance and habitat protection to ensure their continued reign as the industrious sentinels of the African desert.